Here's what most Bibles miss in one of Jesus' most famous stories. In Luke 15:28, most Bibles say the older brother was angry, but today's Bible says enraged. There's a big difference. Angry is mild, but the Greek word means deep, burning wrath. The Greek word for anger is not here. This Greek word is related to wrath, punishment, and rage. Enraged shows just how upset he really was, mirroring the Pharisees' resentment toward sinners welcomed by God. Most Bibles say the manager was wasting the rich man's possession, but the Greek shows something worse, squandering. He was blowing through the rich man's money on purpose, reckless, almost wild. That's what the manager did in Luke 16:1. The Today's Bible nails it with squandering, giving us the real story and setting up everything that follows. What's the big deal between a steward and a manager in the Bible? Here's why it matters. Steward sounds super old school, right? But the Greek word means household manager, someone running the show for the boss. The Today's Bible calls him a manager, making it crystal clear. He's a trusted employee, handling money and business. Suddenly, the parable feels real, and you can totally relate. If your Bible says dig, you're missing the bigger picture. Here's what the New Today's Bible gets right. Traditional Bibles say, I am not strong enough to dig, but the Greek actually means plow and plant. The Today's Bible makes it clear. The manager wasn't just weak. He couldn't do tough farm work at all. It's about more than digging. It's about survival. That's a nuance you don't want to miss. I don't think people realize how much gets lost in translation. Some Bibles play it safe, but the Today's Bible tells it like it is. Most Bibles say the master commended the dishonest manager, but the Today's Bible applauded the manager who did things the wrong way. Not because he did things the wrong way, but because he planned for his future. It keeps the shock. Jesus isn't praising dishonesty. He's asking, are you planning for your future with that kind of focus? Why do so many Bibles call it unrighteous mammon? What does that even mean? Here's the simple truth. Traditional Bibles say unrighteous mammon, kind of mysterious, right? The Today's Bible makes it clear. Wealth that is responsible for so much wrong. It's about money often causing problems, greed, injustice, you name it. Use it for good, make true friends, and you'll be richer in ways money can't buy. You need to watch this if you've never noticed what's missing in your Bible. Seriously, this is about loyalty to God. Traditional Bibles say you can't serve God and money, but serve is too soft. The Today's Bible says you can't be a slave to God and wealth. See the difference? In the Greek, it's about being a slave for someone, not just serving. It's about total allegiance. Money wants your loyalty, just like God does. So, who gets your heart? What if I told you one tiny mark in the Bible makes a world of difference? Most Bibles say dot or tittle in Luke 16:17, but the Today's Bible calls it the hook of a letter. That's the tiniest part of a letter, like the little curve on a J. Jesus is saying, not even the smallest detail of God's law will fade away. This is why you need the Today's Bible. It brings the story to life in a way you can feel. Let's see how. Most Bibles say Lazarus went to Abraham's bosom or side, but that's old language or just plain off. The Today's Bible says, in Abraham's arms. Picture a loving father holding his child close. That's the embrace Jesus wanted us to imagine, a place of comfort, warmth, and belonging. Stop settling for vague words. Torment is old news. Here's why excruciating pain matters in Luke 16:23. Torment sounds mild, right? But the original Greek paints a much harsher picture. Think torture, not just discomfort. The Today's Bible gets it right with excruciating pain. It's way more intense, and it makes the rich man's agony in hell jump off the page. Rich man in agony sees Lazarus comforted. It contrasts earthly luxury with eternal reversal. Now that's clarity.